Hello, dear DSC candidates. Welcome back to my Grammar for Success channel. I am Koresh Babu, a retired lecturer in English from Hyderabad. In today's video, I am going to teach you about the figures of speech part 2. And this aspect is going to be very, very important for your DSC examination. Therefore, I request all of you to watch this video from the beginning to the end. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and also sharing this video with all your near and dear ones. Thank you so much. And now I get into the video. This is in continuation with the part 1 video, and Synecdoche, right? This is at another beautiful figure of speech. In Synecdoche, a part is used to designate the whole is used to designate the part. A part is used to designate the whole, okay, and the whole used to designate the part. So how? Let us see that. First of all, a part is used to designate the whole. How this part is designating the whole? Let us see that here. Give us this day our daily bread. Daily bread is the part, and what is it indicating? It is indicating the whole food. Food means it comes, food has so many items, chicken, mutton, this, that, vegetarian food, non-vegetarian food. Food includes all the things. So that's why daily bread, this part is used to designate this food. Right. All hands to the pumps. That means all hands means here what? Crew. Crew means workers. All hands to the pump means they started working, right? And here a fleet of 50 sails. Sails means nothing but ships. So this part is used to designate the ships. Sails are used with the ships, and that means 50 sails means 50 ships. So left to the harbor, right? And all the best brains means most intelligent persons. So this part is used to designate this. That means this part is used to talk about the most intelligent persons. Okay. So therefore, this is standing for this. 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 That is the point. Designation means. In Europe, could not solve the problem. Right. And one more example, I think here I have given you. He has many mouths to feed. Many mouths means he has many mouths to feed means mouths means children here. Okay, here this part is used to designate the children. This is used for the children. This is standing for the children, right? And here that means the people who live in that house. He has to work for the children that are there in that house. So that's why many mouths, aneka norlanu nenu feed cheyali. That means aneka mandi pillalani intlo unna varini. That's the meaning of that. And another thing is that the whole is used to designate a part. How? One example is given here. India means the Indian cricket 11. Okay, that is it stands for this. India won the first test match. You are talking about the test match. Test match means then India means what? The Indian cricket 11. And against Australia. Australia means Australia cricket team. India won the first test match against Australia, Australian cricket team. So in this way, a part is used to designate the whole is used to designate the part. So this part, this point you have to understand from this. And now let's move on to learn about the next figure of speech. Transferred epithet is there. Very interesting. In this figure of speech, an epithet means an adjective. An epithet or adjective associated with one noun is transferred to another. This is very important. An adjective which is supposed to describe one noun is used to describe another noun. That is called transferred epithet. Transferring. You are transferring this adjective. And here, why? To create an unusual and striking association. To bring about an unusual and striking association. Combination, right? And here you pay attention. He passed a sleepless night. In this example, the sleepless is there. This is actually to be used for this person who doesn't have any sleep for that night. So instead of using this adjective for this person, here this adjective is used for this night. The transferred. this adjective is transferred from this person to this object or knight. So here it is very interesting. It is it is here is created an unusual association, a striking association. How he passed a sleepless night. Nidraleni ratrini atadu gadipadu. That means he spent the night without sleep. That's the meaning. Another example I would like to give you here. The plowman homeward plods his weary way. So here the plowman means the farmer. You understand that. Homeward plods. Plods means walks. His weary way. Here this weary is an adjective or an epithet. This is to be used for this plowman. But here this weary is used for this way. It is transferred to that object. Okay, way. Way, because way cannot be weary. Night cannot be sleepless. It's not a human being to be sleepless. It is not a way to be tired. Weary means tired. So this adjective is supposed to be used for this plowman, but it is used here. And in using in this way, it is bringing about some kind of beauty to the sentence. Very, very way. That means, walks the way tiredly. That's the meaning. Right. And here you pay attention. He pointed an angry finger at me. See, finger cannot be angry. Can it be angry? No. So here this angry, this adjective, this epithet is supposed to be used for this man, but here it is used wrongly or to this finger. That's why this angry adjective is transferred to this finger. Angry finger. He pointed an angry finger at me. And they had a wonderful day. A day cannot be wonderful. Day is day only. If you make it sorrowful, it will become a sorrowful day. If you make it wonderful, it will be a wonderful day. So here the day is not wonderful. Okay. Here this adjective is supposed to be used for this pronoun. But what happened? It is used for the day. That means, the adjective is transferred from this place to this place, this word to this word. Here, angry is transferred from this person to this finger. This here, weary is there. This weary adjective is transferred from plowman to this way. The sleepless is transferred from this person to this night. So in this way, it is transferred. That's why transferred epithet. Okay, and one more example I think I have given you. She felt wide-eyed amazement. Amazement means surprise, astonishment, wide-eyed. Okay, excited, wide-eyed. Okay, here this adjective is supposed to be used for this she, but it is used for this amazement. So this is therefore called a transfer epithet. She looked at him through concerned eyes. Concerned eyes means concerned, worried. That means, this worried is supposed to be used for this. Who is worried? This woman, this person. But here, this is used for eyes. Eyes cannot be worried. Okay, amazement cannot be wide-eyed. This day cannot be wonderful. Finger cannot be angry. Way cannot be weary, tired. Night cannot be sleepless. So, unnecessarily the adjectives are transferred to those nouns in order to bring about some beauty to the sentence. Some kind of, you can say, unusual and striking combination. Combination means, association. So in this way, this is a beautiful figure of speech. And now we go to learn about the next figure of speech. Litotes. How do you pronounce this one? Litotes. You have to say Litotes. What is this litotes? What is this figure of speech means? In the litotes, an affirmative word is conveyed by negation of the opposite. The effect being to suggest a strong expression by means of a weaker. That means a negative construction is used to affirm a positive fact. A negative construction is used to say that say about a positive fact, to affirm a positive fact. How? Let us see that here. She is not a bad singer. I'm a chetta singer ani anagu. Chetta singer kaadu ante she is a good singer automatically. By making this negative construction, you are conveying a positive fact. ఈ నెగటివ్ విషయం చెప్పడం ద్వారా ఒక పాజిటివ్ థింగ్ చెప్తున్నాం. ఆయన చెడ్డోడు కాదు మీన్స్ వాట్? ఆయన మంచోడు. She is not a bad singer means she is a good singer only. That's not the meaning. So similarly, that's called what is that Litotes. It is not uncommon. అది అసాధారణమైనది కాదు అంటే ఇట్ ఇస్ కామన్. See, very beautiful thing. And it is Litotes. I am not a little surprised. A little. నేను కొంచెం కూడా ఆశ్చర్యపోయింది. దట్ మీన్స్ ఎ లిటిల్. అసలే ఆశ్చర్యపోలేదు అంటే గ్రేట్లీ. ఐఎమ్ ఎ లిటిల్ సర్ప్రైజ్డ్ మీన్స్ ఐఎమ్ గ్రేట్లీ సర్ప్రైజ్డ్. దట్ ఈస్ దేర్. ఓకే. అండ్ హియర్ ద మ్యాన్ ఈజ్ నో ఫూల్. The man is no fool means what? Very clever. No fool means he's ఆ వ్యక్తి తెలివి తక్కువడు కాదు అంటే తెలివైనోడు. సో వెరీ సింపుల్. అండ్ హియర్ ఐ ఆమ్ ఎ సిటిజన్ ఆఫ్ నో మీన్స్ సిటీ. నేను ఒక చెత్త సిటీ యొక్క సిటిజన్, పౌరుని కాదు అంటే అర్థమైంది. ఐ ఆమ్ ఏ సిటిజన్ ఆఫ్ ఎ వెరీ సెలబ్రేటెడ్ సిటీ. I'm a citizen of a very celebrated city, a very famous city, popular city. So like that. I am a student at no ordinary college. I am a student at no ordinary college. నేను ఒక సామాన్యమైన కాలేజ్ యొక్క విద్యార్థిని కాదు. That means I am a student of a popular college. ఏమరా నేను మామూలు కాలేజీలో చదవాలి అంటే గొప్ప కాలేజీ చదివాను అర్థం. అంటే బై మేకింగ్ దిస్ నెగటివ్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్, వాట్ ఆర్ యూ డూయింగ్? యు ఆర్ అఫర్మింగ్ ఎ పాజిటివ్ ఫ్యాక్ట్. తద్వారా దాని యొక్క పాజిటివ్ విషయాన్ని ధృవీకరించి చెబుతున్నాడు. వాడు బ్యాడ్ సింగర్ కాదు అంటే అర్థమైంది, ఈజ్ ఎ గుడ్ సింగర్. సో దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ Litotes, రైట్. పారాడాక్స్ ఈస్ దేర్. దిస్ ఈస్ ఎట్ అనదర్ బ్యూటిఫుల్ ఫిగర్ ఆఫ్ స్పీచ్. Paradox means what? It is a statement that appears self-contradictory. It looks to be self-contradictory. It looks to be opposite to itself or logically inconsistent. Logically, it looks very awkward and absurd. But it is true when examined so closely. When you observe it so closely, you find it true. Okay, right. And here one example is there. Poverty brings plenty. See, it is self-contradictory. Poverty brings plenty. How can it be so? That if you observe it closely, when you are in poverty, what happens? You work very hard. Other members of the family will also work very hard. Then automatically you get money, and money brings what? Plenty of food for you. So this now poverty leads you to plenty. That means when I was in poverty, I really thought that I should not keep my wife and children in poverty. I worked very hard. And got a beautiful job, and I could become a lecturer. So poverty only made me work very hard. That pricked me like anything. So poverty makes you work hard so that it brings you plenty of food or plenty of money or anything. So here poverty brings plenty. When you look at it for the first time, you find it self-contradictory and meaningless statement. But when you look at this statement closely, what happens? You find it is true. So similarly, all other things are also there. Adversity is real property. కష్టకాలమే నిజమైనటువంటి సంపద. Yes, when you are in adversity, you become, what is that? You develop your fortitude and you start working vigorously to acquire more property. So this adversity leads you to a lot of wealth or property. Whosoever loses his life shall find it. If you loses his life, find it. తన జీవితాన్ని ఎవడైతే పోగొట్టుకుంటాడో వాడు దాన్ని కనుగొంటాడు. So here it's quite contradictory, but here if you observe it very closely, you find some meaning in that. You find that it is true. You must lose your life means you must abandon all the worldly pleasures, running after money, running after wealth, running after gold, silver. Nowadays people are doing that. When that is abandoned, what happens? You will find a life. You find a peaceful life. When you are running for all such worldly pleasures, worldly riches, you feel very unhappy. But whenever you lose all of them, whenever you abandon all of them, whenever you shun all of them, automatically you find a peaceful life. That's why the sentence is, whosoever loses his life shall find it. That is there, right? He is the best teacher who teaches nothing. When you look at this sentence, for the first time, what is this meaningless sentence, you say? But here there is a lot of meaning. That is the best teacher who teaches nothing. What does he do? He will only inspire. A good teacher will teach. The best teacher will inspire the students, motivate the students. So he teaches nothing, but he motivates the students. He inspires the students, and that's why he's the best teacher. Right. The child is the father of the man. A child is the father of the man. How can it be possible? But if you look at this sentence very closely, yes, the child will become father after when he becomes the man. When he becomes a man, he becomes the father. So here it conveys some meaning. So here that's why it's a statement that appears self-contradictory or logically inconsistent. All these statements are looking logically inconsistent, logically not up to the mark. That is the meaning. But it is true when examined so closely. This is about a paradox. Okay, right. Now let's move on to learn about the next figure of speech. Alliteration. This is also a figure of speech or a literary device. Alliteration consists in the repetition of the same consonantal sound or syllable at the beginning of two or more words. So that is called alliteration. Very, very beautiful, and it is employed in almost all the poems. The poets are very fond of using this alliteration in their poems. Right. How? Here you pay attention. A sweet, sad smile. See, sa, sa, sa. A sweet, sad smile then spread across the face. A sweet, sad smile then spread across the face. So sa, 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 sa. So these are all consonantal sounds. They are only at the beginning of two or more words. Two words or more words. That is called alliteration. So it lends some kind of beauty to the sentence. It lends some kind of charm or musical quality to this to the line of that poetry or anything. So let lovely lilacs line lease lowly lane. See this la la li lule. See here is it. Let lovely lilacs line lease lonely lane. So all consonantal sounds. One more example. The snake slept under that. Here only two words are there. Two or more. That's what he says. See, sa sa again. And one more. Fair fowls have feathers fair. Fa, 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 fa sound. So this is called alliteration, and I think there is one more figure of speech, epistrophe. Epistrophe means what? The repetition of a word at the end of successive clauses or sentences. At the end, that word will be repeated again and again. Okay, here you see that. Speak no evil, hear no evil, see no evil. See here, no evil. This word, these words are being repeated. Chedu anavaddu, chedu vinavaddu, chedu kanavaddu. You know that very well. And I have given the meaning also. Here the repetition of no evil at the end of each clause reinforces the moral instruction. That's why chedu anavaddu, chedu vinavaddu, chedu kanavaddu, idi Gandhiji pilupu. Some song is also there on this. So here, no evil, no evil, no evil. So here that is there. Right now, let's move on to learn about the next figure of speech. Here is yet another figure of speech for you. It's also very important and interesting. Here you have to, how do you pronounce this? Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. What should you say? Onomatopoeia. So that is the correct pronunciation of this figure of speech. Another figure of speech or a literary device. Here, onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. This is the correct pronunciation of the word. Onomatopoeia is a literary device where a word imitates the natural sound associated with an object it refers to. So the word that imitates the natural sound. How? For example, I'll give you some examples here. The bees buzzed. So the bees, the sound of this buzzed is there. This buzzed, what is this doing? It is imitating the sound made by the bees. Buzz, something like that. So this word is imitating the sound being made by these birds. Therefore, this is onomatopoeia. Okay, onomatopoeia, right? And here other examples also have given here. I can hear the buzzing of flies. Flies, the sound of the flies is buzzing. So this is given here. And around the roses, gargling of the rivers. Rivers always gargle. So you say galagala pare selayera. The gargling of the rivers. This is the sound made by the rivers. So this is called onomatopoeia. Yes, onomatopoeia. Splashing of water. The sound of water is called splash. Splash. This is this onomatopoeia. This is the word indicating the sound made by this water. Right. Similarly, creaking of hinges. Hinges, the door hinges will be there. There's a crrr, something like that. The creaking of hinges. So this is the word, imitating the sound of the hinges. Okay, and here screeching of brakes. This is the word, imitating the sound of the brakes. Okay. Here, next example is there, tinkling of glasses. So this word is imitating the sound of the glasses. So in this way, the word that imitates the natural sound associated with that is called onomatopoeia. And we go to learn about other things. Assonance is there, the repetition of vowel sounds within nearby words. It adds rhythm and cohesion to the phrase. This is, assonance. Alliteration is the repetition of consonantal sounds. Assonance is the repetition of vowel sounds. So here I'll give you some examples to make you understand. The early bird catches the worm. A, ba, ka, worm. A sound is being repeated. Early bird catches ka, just wa, worm. So here in all these words, the vowel sound is being repeated. So that lends some kind of rhythm and a musical quality to the sentence or line. Okay, and here you see that anaphora is there. Okay, one example is given here, anaphora. Anaphora means the repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of successive clauses. The repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of successive clauses, remaining clause. Anaphora, what is that? Every day, every night, every way, I am getting better and better. So every. So in every phrase, in every clause, this word every is repeated. Okay. Here the repetition of every emphasizes the continual improvement. Every day, every night, every way. So something like that. Right. This is called anaphora. And you go to the next literary devices or figures of speech. Caesura. The correct pronunciation of this figure of speech is Caesura. This is yet another beautiful figure of speech or literary device. A caesura is a pause or break within a line of poetry, often for dramatic or rhythmic effect. For this dramatic or rhythmic effect, some break is given in the poetical line. So that pause or that break is called caesura. Right. And here he said, look on my works. This is taken from Ozymandias, the poem prescribed in your syllabus. Look on my verse, comma, you mighty, comma, and despair. So if you say, look on my verse, you mighty and despair, you don't find any meaning in that, any beauty in that. It's look on my verse, gap, you mighty and despair. So if you read that in a musical way, in a rhythmic way, you find some beauty. So here the commas, okay, and the exclamation mark create a caesura. These commas and this exclamatory mark, these are creating a caesura. Okay, this is taken from P.B. Shelley's Ozymandias. And one more example is there, to be or not to be, that is the question. So if you say to be or not to be, that is the question. If you read it fast without giving proper break or proper pause, without taking proper pause, then what happened? The beauty is diluted, and that's why to be or not to be, that is the question. So these two commas are lending some kind of rhythmic effect to this line. And here, to err is human, semicolon is given. To forgive, comma, divine. So here, to err is human. This is Alexander Pope's first major poem, an essay on criticism. So from this it is taken, from this is it taken, from this it is taken. So in this, a semicolon is used. Okay, a comma is used, and they are lending some kind of beauty or dramatic effect to the line, and this is therefore called Caesura. Caesura means that one. Now let's go to the next slide. Enjambment. Be silent. All of you know pretty well that B is silent. Enjambment, that means striding over. That is a French word. Okay, is a continuation or running over. Continuation means running over of sentences and clauses from one poetic line to the next without a terminal function to create a flow. So to create a flow of thought, the flow of the dialogue, there will be no terminal function. Generally, at the end of the poetic line, the comma or semicolon, colon or semicolon, something will be there at the end of a poetic line. But without that, what happens? The first line will flow into the second line, the second line into the third line, fourth line, like that. If at all one poetic line flows into another poetic line, then that is called enjambment. Let me give you one or two examples to make you understand this. Okay. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats high over vales and hills. These two lines are taken from Daffodils, that is written by Wordsworth. And in this poem, what happens? So this line is flowing into this line. There is no comma at the end of this line. That's called terminal punctuation. If there is a comma, there is a terminal punctuation. If there is no comma or full stop or colon or semicolon, then it's called without a terminal function. Okay, this is there without terminal function. So I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats high over vales and hills. So here this line is entering this line, or this line is flowing into this line. Okay, this lends some kind of beauty, and it creates some kind of beautiful flow of the poem, right? And one more example is given. This is taken from Ozymandias, P.B. Shelley, and the I met a traveler from an antique land. Here no comma, no full stop. So this sentence is flowing into this. Who said two vast and trunkless legs of stone? No full stop, no comma. Trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert, near them on the sand. Again, there is no terminal punctuation. Okay, half sung. So in these three lines, you don't find any terminal punctuation, no comma, no full stop, no semicolon, no colon. All such things are not there. That means this line is flowing into this line is flowing into this line is flowing into this. Therefore, I have stopped the sentence line up to there. Okay, right. So in this way, this is called enjambment. One poetic line flowing into another poetic line is called, without any interruption, called an enjambment. Okay, now let's move on to learn about the other things. Theme is there. What is the theme? The central topic or central idea. The central idea is called the theme. The central topic or idea, whatever you can say, theme, the theme of the poem, the central idea of the poem, the central topic of the poem, whatever you can call it, that is called. So explored in a text, okay, in a poem or in a prose lesson. So that is there. Okay, that's the central topic or central idea is called theme. So here let me give you some examples. The theme of nature's beauty in Daffodils. In Daffodils you can find this theme. What is the theme of Daffodils? Nature's beauty. Enjoying nature's beauty. That is the theme of that poem. And next, that is there. I have taken from your syllabus only. The theme of impermanence of human power in Ozymandias. In Ozymandias, this theme is explained very clearly. Everything is impermanent. Human glory is impermanent. Human political power is impermanent. Human achievements are impermanent. So the impermanence of human power, human glory, human achievements, human life, that is the theme of this Ozymandias. And this poem is uploaded today in the morning. Okay. The theme of love, beauty and betrayal in La Belle Dame Sans Mercy. So this is La Belle Dame Sans Mercy. Now in this, what happened? Love, beauty and betrayal. So these three things are the theme of this poem, La Belle Dame Sans Mercy. And tone is there. What do you mean by tone? Tone means the attitude of the writer towards a subject. The attitude of the writer towards a subject is called the tone. Okay, or an audience. Okay, the attitude of the writer towards a subject or an audience, that's called the tone. So here you pay attention. The tone in Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart is eerie and tense. E means very frightful, భయము గొలుపునటువంటిది, and tense, బిగుసుకుపోయేటటువంటి. So that is the tone of that. Okay, and here the tone in John Keats' La Belle Dame sans Mercy is melancholy. That's the tone, విషాదభరితమైన tone. So this is the tone. Tone means that's one. Okay, now let's move on to learn other things. See, mood is there. Mood refers to the emotional atmosphere that a writer creates for the reader. So this is mood means nothing but emotional atmosphere that a writer creates for the reader. What kind of mood is created in that particular story? What kind of mood is created in particular poem? So that is called mood. Okay, here one example I would like to give: the mood of the road not taken. This poem is also there in your syllabus. And what is the mood of this poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost? Means that is contemplative, thoughtful. When two roads are there, whether to take up the first one or the second one. So you should know the theme of the mood of the poem is contemplative. You have to think about that, contemplate, think of. So the thoughtful. So that's the mood of that mood is created in this poem by Robert Frost. Okay, and one more thing, the mood of daffodils. What is the mood created in this in the poem Daffodils? Means by Wordsworth, means that's joyful mood. Wordsworth has created a joyful mood in the poem Daffodils. So when you read the poem Daffodils, you feel very happy and joyful and cheerful. So that is the mood created by this poet in the poem, and this is the mood created by Robert Frost in this poem. So it is like that. Mood is nothing but emotional atmosphere. And you go to the next one, allegory. Allegory means a narrative in which characters and events represent abstract ideas and concepts. So this is very simple. For example, here you pay attention. In the Russian Revolution is there. So on this Russian Revolution, there was written an allegory in the form of Animal Farm by George Orwell. George Orwell wrote Animal Farm as an allegory, mimicking that political situation, mimicking that political situation about the Russian Revolution. So mimicking or mocking at this Russian Revolution, this allegory was written by George Orwell. And here you pay attention, John Dryden's Absalom and Achitophel is there. Okay, is an allegory of the political situation in England during the 17th century. So basing on the political situation of the late 17th century, this Absalom and Achitophel was written by John Dryden. It's an allegory. That means mocking the things that took place during that time. So that is called an allegory. Now let's go to the last slide. Juxtaposition is there. It's a literary device. The fact of two things, okay, being seen or placed close together with the contrasting effect. Putting two things together and contrasting them. Okay, how this is, how this is. What difference is there between these two things? So such things is called juxtaposition, means keeping two things at one place and observing them or thinking about them. Okay, here you pay attention to this. In Charles Dickens's A Tale of Two Cities, the two cities, Paris and London, are juxtaposed. They are put, this is Paris, this is London. These two cities are placed to highlight their differences. Okay, Paris is here, London is there. What are the differences between these two places? What are the advantages of these two places? All such things are explained in this A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. And here in Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken, the roads in the woods are juxtaposed. So the two roads are there. The poet is here, and here one road, second road. So which road he has to take? So that was the confusion. So he put these two roads, and he has become thoughtful. He started thinking about which road he has to take up. So it is there to emphasize the impact of choice. And these things are juxtaposed. Why? To emphasize the impact of choice. Once you have taken a choice, means that is permanent. Infosys, you have got a job. Microsoft, you have got. So these two choices are there before you. These two things are before you. What to take? Once you choose one thing, that is permanent. You cannot come to this. If you choose this, you have to leave this. If you leave this, you have to choose that. So something like that. Okay, here these two roads are there, and now you have to take the decision. And here in this poem, this is emphasized, the impact of choice taking. Impact of choice. What is the impact of choice? So that is dealt with in this poem. And here in William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, the intense love between Romeo and Juliet is juxtaposed. Romeo and Juliet's love and love is juxtaposed, and with intense hate between their families. So love between Romeo and Juliet and hate between their families. So these two things are juxtaposed. Love and hate. Two things are juxtaposed. They are put side by side. The story is run. So that is there. So with this, this video comes to an end. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hello, dear DSC candidates. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any problem, please mention it in the comment section. My mobile number is also given in the description. If you have any problem, you please call me, and on phone you can contact me, and you can ask about your doubts. Okay, right. And with another beautiful video, I shall be back to you. Until then, bye. See you. I love you.